Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's Custom Garage. This week we got the hood scoop put on and the C-pillars. We started getting building on these, fabbing this stuff up. You can watch the complete build coming up. You can see this thing live at Tri-State Cruisers at the junction of 101 and 169 in Pomfret, Connecticut. It's for all you local guys. Everybody else, you guys, you'll have to catch it on Friday night videos. But we'll keep showing you this thing and get this thing built over the summer. And hopefully by the end of summer, we'll put a coat of paint on this thing. So, build's coming along. It's looking good. So we got a lot more we want to do to it. We're going to customize this thing 100%. So, stick around. Enjoy the show. And say hit that like, subscribe, and for notifications. Leave me comments. I appreciate it all. And let's get into the video. Hi, and welcome to Mike's Custom Garage. Hey guys, so today we're back on the 2002 Honda Accord truck build. Like I said in the first video, I save everything in case I have uses. What I want to do is use this section as the transition from the old, where the cut was, to where the bed's going to be. Kind of like the El Camino look. So what I gotta do is take this thing apart piece by piece and make sure and have all the pieces separate so I can fit them onto the car like they need to be and figure out where my cuts and where my joints are gonna be on this. So what we're gonna do first is take this all apart, and then we're gonna bring the car out of the garage and we're gonna start fitting this stuff up, and hopefully by the end of this video we'll have this look a little bit more like a car, so, or like a truck anyway, but you know what I'm saying. We'll get this thing figured out. So what I'll do is I'm gonna flip it over. What we're gonna do is drill out the spot welds. So there's like one here and one here and here. So we're gonna get all these spot welds out on all these panels, separate them into little pieces so that I can reassemble them on the car one piece at a time. So I got a lot of spot welds to drill out. We'll get all these drilled out and then we'll come back when this is all in pieces. Okay, we've got it all drilled out, I hope. Along in here, the other side of those holes, same everything on this side. The outside edges have the 5/16, the insides have just the 8, so if I need to weld anything back together, I can. So we're going to attempt now to get all this apart without damaging anything, and hopefully we'll just end up with 2 sides and a roof skin. So let's set you up and let's start doing this. Okay, we'll try to boost this with this panel buster and a hammer. This is the least destructive way. See, it starts to rip the metal coming from the other side and pops it loose nice. one little weld right there holding on. Oh, maybe a little bit here too. Okay, there it is off in pretty decent shape. Oh, we're probably going to cut this right off anyway, but I left it on for now. And we'll definitely cut this little piece off. But there's one side. Let's do the other. Well, there's another outside for the other side. So now the sides are all off. We got the roof panel left. We'll leave that alone. We'll fit things up. We'll decide how much of this we actually need. I'd like to keep at least this structure in the middle. So we'll see how it fits and we'll see if we can use that. So what we're gonna do now is get this all cleaned up. We're gonna pull the car out of the garage and we're gonna start fitting things up. Okay, so plan is to put those C-pillars forward. So here's what we got. And it takes some trimming probably to get this to work, but this is where it was. I just want to do is move it forward. Kind of something about in there. Not quite sure where we're going to get it to fit yet, but we'll start like this. So we'll slowly just cut things away and work our way towards getting what we're looking for. So all I do is open this door up. I also go as far forward as I can. So first cut I'm going to just cut this off and cut some of this off so it fits in. So piece by piece we'll make it work. Just take a little bit off at a time, see what we have. Okay, there's first cut. Still want it a little bit further forwards, maybe there, maybe that far, just to the closer to there, so a couple more inches, because once this, we could change all of this later, but we want to get it close. I didn't want the window quite so big, so I'm thinking that will be better. So what I'm going to do now is I cut it a little bit more and fit it up a little tighter again and see what we have. Okay, the next cut we're going to make is going to follow this line up, and then I'm going to go follow this line across and see if we can bring this in a little bit. Because right now we're out quite a bit. So we're going to try to get it to come in so this will flow up into this. So we're going to cut that off and see what we have next. Okay, the top of the door here is in our way. It's keeping us from going in. So what I had to do was I cut the weld here. So now the door can open. And what we'll do is we'll cut that corner piece off. We'll just cut it off here and then we'll have more room to come in. So let's get that done. I cut this little corner tab off of the door. I'm going to cut the structure behind it off to get it out of the way. let's see what we have now. Okay, I want to cut a slot in this to bring it right down to the edge of the door. So it's a slow process, but you have to do it slow to not mess up. So that fits tight down there, and it's tight there. So next I want to do is to tighten it up here. All right, I'm going to cut this lip off on the inside of here. It's just in the way. Okay, let's grab some clamps, start holding this thing in place to make some final cuts. What I'm going to do now is clean up my edges with this, get all the rough edges off so I don't cut myself. Forward. Pretty close. Now this, I'm also going to have to bring straighter. I'm going to cut it there, and then just work this piece back so it'll be a little pie cut. So let's give this pie cut and let's see how that goes. I want to mark this so I know where it goes. So I like it there, that's where I'm going to leave it. So make a mark right there. Now we know it belongs there. I'll put another one back there just because I can. There. Now we've got a couple marks to guide us where it belongs. And it's starting to come together. So a few more cuts. I know these cuts are off camera, but moving the camera 50 times is too much. So we've cut the pie cut, we've cut this straighter with that. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're getting closer, so a little more trimming to do here. Alright, let's see what we got now. Again, check my marks. We're getting closer. We'll have to do some shrinking in there, obviously. It's a little bubbled, but getting really close now. I'll knock these dents I put in it back out. So we're going to do some kind of heat shrinking in here to get this to come down. It's got a little more bow on it than I'd want, but for now, it's not bad. Okay, so now you kind of see the idea of what I'm looking to build. So I like it. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out. But that's basically what we're looking at. So we're gonna jump on the other side and see if we can match that thing up to be the same. That's where the challenge comes in, making both sides look the same. But we can do it. So we're gonna cut the other side up a little bit and then we'll come back. Okay, now we've cut the other side to match. It's roughly 3 hours into today's build, and this is what it's taken to get this much done. I like to keep you guys informed of how long this takes so you have an idea. So here we are now. We have a rough idea of what that's going to look like. Now we need to smooth some stuff out, I guess, and figure out where the next lines are. Like this line here needs to go straight to here, not this piece. So that's going to need to come off of both ends. We still need to do something up here. So I'll look at that panel I have and see if I can use any of that. If not, we'll just make a piece that comes down around here. Because it's going to come around there, and the window's going to come inside of here. I'm not sure just where all this is going yet, but we're figuring it out a little at a time. We need to put some structural components in here. Probably won't get that done today, but at least I'll tack these on, get these close to where they belong, and we'll do some more. I also have a cowl induction hood that I need to get cut and fit. So we're going to do that next. So we're not going to tack anything until the end of the day to figure out where we're going to put things. But this is the next piece I want to put on. So I'm going to cut it. As you can see, it's high in the front, it's high in the back. So I got to cut right along here and then arc it down so it fits tight. And once it fits tight, we'll tack that in. I also got to do some cuts back here. Maybe give it a little bit of an angle and arc it and clean it up some. So we'll get it all figured out, and then we'll show you us doing that. Okay, so I've marked the center of the hood. It's marked right there, center with the arrow pointing, so I wouldn't forget which side I was supposed to be on. Also the center of the windshield. And then what I'm going to do is cut an angle off here. So it's going to go straight across and then come up at an angle and clean up. I'm going to clean up all of this. Once that's cleaned up, then we'll start cutting out the center until it drops down nice and tight. So first things first, let's get those pieces cut off, and then we can start looking at the rest of it. Okay, I've marked both sides with what I'm going to call a rough cut line. So it's one here and one here. So that's where we're going to start to cut on the inside. And I've marked it also on this side, so it's the same. So we're going to start cutting it and see where it ends up. Okay, what I've done to the hood scoop is I cut it pretty much almost the length of it and ground out the middle in here down so that when it fits on the hood, it'll take the arc of the hood, and then I'll weld it back together. And I'm just doing it on both sides, and it's not really too complicated. Let's set you up and we'll do a little bit. So all I'm doing is taking my angle grinder with a roll lock and grinding it across here. Now, once I grind down a little bit, I go check it. Just a little bit at a time, maybe 1/16 of an inch tops. I'm I've got marks, like I do on everything, marking it where it belongs, so easy to check it. And hold it here, and see what's touching. Touching right here. So now I'll come back and I'll grind this area down a little bit more. Now let's keep doing this over and over until I get a perfect fit. And then I'll weld the edges back on. Okay, I think we're pretty good. What we'll do now is get my welder. I'm going to tack weld that together. And then we'll refit it. Okay, so we've tack welded it. Every 4 inches or so. It's got a decent gap now. It's a little high in the front, but that just goes right down, nice and easy. Not a big deal. So that'll be fine. And this side here fits nice. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna weld this all up solid, keep it cool in between, and grind it down and get this thing welded up. So that's the next process. Okay, we're welding up all the spots in between. We're gonna get all this welded up, and then we can grind it down and weld the bottom side, and this will be ready to put on. Okay, so we got the hood scoop on. I ended up just screwing it on for today. Give me time to get to the show. I didn't have time to be welding or anything further, so this is where we had to stop for today. So the scoop looks good. It's what I wanted. Next we'll get it welded onto the hood and we'll get it down and finish it up. The back, same thing. I just screwed them on. Say screw here, a couple down here, run some tape on it so when I go to the show no one gets cut. And we're good to go for this week. Say next week we'll continue fabbing up some more of this. I knew this would have to come back off, that's why I screwed it instead of welding it. But we'll get this off. We're gonna run some roll bars in here, get this thing a little structurally sound. I still got to do something with this up here, so I'm not quite sure where that's going yet. But it's a week-by-week process. A lot of new guys have come onto the channel this week. Thank you very much. This is basically built 6 hours every Saturday. And then we show what we've done. So there's progress. I said I got to reinforce the hood scoop because it's a little wobbly. But you know, you can put a brace inside and get rid of some of this little in here. We're going to cut the inside out so it's a real Cowl induction hood. And we'll just keep moving forward on it each week. We'll keep showing you what we're doing. So yes, that's it for this week. Again, new subscribers, old subscribers, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, notifications, leave comments. I appreciate it all. Had a lot of good comments this week. I really appreciate you guys a whole lot. And we'll catch you on the next one.